Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm super excited, actually, to be back at MIT. I left as a PhD, coming back as a founder of Displaid. Displaid enhances transportation safety thanks to a solution that leverages data to perform bridge health monitoring in a way that is scalable and standardized. But let's go a bit back to the origin. In 2018, we had a huge accident in Italy. So I started a PhD on structural health monitoring of bridges, during which I met my phenomenal co-founders. And it brought me to MIT, where I also met Professor Carlo Ratti, director of Sensible City Lab, that's one of our founding shareholders. And altogether, we decided to bring in the market an academic experience extremely deep in the sector to solve a pressing global problems. Poor maintenance is the root cause of collapses worldwide, and this is honestly unacceptable. Notwithstanding the technology we have, we are still relying on this. This is the main tool to assess maintenance, which is visual inspections. They are subjective, inherently qualitative, expensive, infrequent, and we should use data. Data are there, but basically monitoring solutions based on data are today a niche in the market. And why is that? Because there is fairly no interpretation of this data, and management companies don't need data, they need actionable insights. They require a huge initial investment. It's okay on the Golden Gate. What about all the other 99.9% of bridges? And they are not integrated. We are trying to redefine the rules of the game. We conceived and realized a monitoring solution suitable for widespread adoption across the whole network. What we offer is a monitoring as a service, which means we start with the provision of proprietary sensors, data collection, data analysis, that's the secret sauce of our PhDs, and then, of course, information delivery, thanks to a very simple, basically asset management platform. By doing this, our solution is able to cut 70% of deployment cost and time, enhancing scalability, and we are 3 times more efficient in identifying early on structural anomalies. But we are at MIT, so let's go a bit deeper into the technology. We are first presenting our smart sensors. So basically what we built is a family of sensors with the same data quality of traditional wired solutions, but without wires. So extremely handy, easy to deploy, quick. And that's, again, I like to call them the wearables of the bridges, and they collect data that we analyze with our algorithms. They were tested on years of data coming from more than 25 bridges. This was, I would say, what we mainly developed during our PhDs. They are proven effectively to be able to tackle damage scenarios potentially critical and currently totally unnoticeable with traditional techniques. So all these things have to be combined in something easy. So a platform that's basically based on thresholds. It has to be a traffic light that also my mother should be able to understand. It's like what you should do, where you should act, and how can you enhance the safety and efficiency of the network through your bridges. A bit back into the topic of the conference, why AI on bridges? Transportation networks features high structural complexity, large number of infrastructures, which means huge amount of data, and thus need for standardization. This is the sweet spot for AI technology. More than that, some problems can be extremely challenging to model. So through AI, we can shift from a model-based approach to a data-driven one where we can inference complex mathematical models from data. And I want to talk to you about a real case study. It was 2020. We were monitoring a bridge during our PhD. We were there for a year, and then a severe flood hit the bridge. Now, can you imagine how can I model the effect of a flood on a 100-year-old bridge in Italy? Impossible. But thanks to data, we could basically learn from what we had before and follow the bridge day after day, saving 300,000 euros for the Italian government and keeping the bridge open without any traffic disruption until it settled back to its original pre-flood status. I'm not talking about the market because, what I want to do is we are now operating in Italy, but we are trying to see to feel the temperature here in the US to see if the market is ready. We would like to talk to government agencies, Department of Transportation, City of Cambridge, City of Boston, to know if they feel this problem as being pressing. Of course, we refer to these as people who benefit from our solution, but we also see this technology to become a player in the asset management on all large infrastructure that are basically at the root foundation of the socioeconomic development of countries worldwide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lorenzo.